I have no cold water upstairs, only hot. Cold water works everywhere else in the house.
Hi, I will try to help you with this. Where upstairs do you not have cold water?
Sink, bathtub, and toilet. Hot water, but no cold.
Are you on a well or city water?
City water. 3 other sinks in house all have cold water.
Do you know where your water meter is? And what is the outside temp where you are at?
2 degrees outside right now, water meter in basement.
How long has the temp been below freezing?
Middle of last night.
Make sure no one in the house is running water and check your water meter to make sure it is not turning, which would indicate that you have water running somewhere or maybe a leak. I suspect that you have a frozen cold water line that serves the upstairs of your home. Somewhere it is going to be not insulated properly or exposed to the outside temp and it has frozen.
Let me go check the meter quick.
I'll be here when you come back.
Water meter is not turning.
Okay, what you have is a frozen pipe. The line serving your upstairs is exposed enough to the outside temp that it has frozen. The hard part is going to be trying to find where it is frozen.
All of the pipes are inside the house though. And the house is heated all day.
I understand that they are all inside, but somewhere there is a small section of the pipe that is either not insulated and it has frozen. It could be where it possibly might run into the attic and back down in a wall or something like that. It is hard for me to tell you cause I don't know how your house is laid out or plumbed. It could even be in an outside wall where it leaves the basement going up into the house. It would only have to be a small area unprotected, and at 2 degrees it would freeze.
The pipes don't go into the attic. How can it trace where they are fed from the basement?
Are you familiar with the way the house is plumbed to the extent that you would know where to start looking?
Yes, somewhat.
I was using the attic as an example of small areas where the pipe could be exposed. Not necessarily saying that yours was in the attic. Just listing ideas of types of plumbing.
Gotcha.
I would start at the meter in the basement and trace the cold water line up from there. Somewhere it is going to tee off, and you will probably have a 3/4 copper line serving the upstairs. This will be hard to find cause I assume the plumbing is in the walls and you can't see all of the piping. What do you have on the first floor of your house /
Kitchen sink.
You also could go to the water heater and see if you have a cold manifold there to get some direction of where the piping is running if you can see it.
Yes, I know exactly where it goes from there. I constructed a half bathroom in the basement and tapped into the cold water line with gator valves and PEX.
The frozen part is going to be probably before you get to the upstairs, since nothing up there is cold water. You might can find that run from the water heater tracing upwards toward the upstairs. I can assure you that it is a frozen pipe. That is the only thing that would block that many water fixtures from having cold water.
What can be done?
Well, it is going to be hard to find. You will just have to trace the cold water piping as much as you can. And you might not find it. As far as using your toilet, you can run water from the hot side of the tub into a small trash can, pour into the tank or bowl of the toilet, and the toilet will flush.
The funny thing is when we the hot valves upstairs, the toilet fills with hot water.
Just some thought. It could be somewhere in a wall where there is a draft and the pipe is not insulated. Ref, the toilet filling. Is your faucet or tub valve single handle?
Double. The house isn't up to code because there is no access panel to the valves of the tub.
Are you opening both the hot and cold side when you are running the water and the toilet if filling?
Both. I was planning on remodeling the bathroom this winter and making an access panel. Can I run a separate PEX line to the upstairs and branch off from the cold water in the basement?
Okay, by you being able to run hot water back into the toilet, that tells me that you have lost the cold water pressure, and when you open both handles on the faucet, the hot water pushes into the cold side, and then the toilet valve is calling for water to fill the tank, and the hot water runs down the cold line back to the toilet and fills the tank. Also, that might help you get the line thawed out, cause the hot is replacing the cold water, and you might get lucky and get enough warm water to the frozen area to make it come open. It is a possibility.
Luckily, I'm off this weekend and have time to tinker with things. Is the PEX idea I had a good one?
Are you wanting to replumb with PEX?
Not a good idea, I guess.
What are you wanting to do with PEX/?
Run a line down to the basement and connect it to the toilet tub and sink.
Yes, using PEX is the best thing you can do. But you have got to make sure it is well insulated. PEX will freeze like any other piping if it is exposed.
Okay.
I wish I had a clue where it is frozen, but it will probably not be easy to find.
I think the water supply to upstairs is fed into the kitchen sink, then it goes up through the wall or may even go along the vent pipe for the plumbing.
Is the kitchen sink on the outside wall? If it is running with the vent, that could be an area of cold air.
Dumb question. How do you insulate PEX tubing that supplies upstairs? I can see in the basement the cold water goes through the floor to the sink.
No, not dumb at all. You insulate PEX just like you do copper. Same insulation as you use on copper. Both pipes have the same outside diameter.
Okay, with a foam with the adhesive on it.
Yes, the black tube insulation that is split all the way down on one side, and you put it on and then pull the plastic off both sides of the split, exposing the glue that sticks the split together.
That's what I have on all the pipes in the basement. I think I can manage to run the PEX through the floors and ceilings right up to the basement where it wouldn't be subjected to any cold temperatures.
Is the kitchen sink on the outside wall?
Yes.
Did you say that was where the cold line ran, then went up from the kit sink to the upstairs?
I can't see that. All I see in the basement is where the cold line goes up to kitchen sink.
What size is the cold line going up to the kitchen sink?
3/4 of an inch.
I have found in the past that water lines have a tendency to freeze on outside walls at or near the kitchen sink. That would be a good place to look if you can get access into the wall. Another thought is if you can get the electrical wrap tape on that 3/4 where it goes up in the wall to the kit sink and plug it in, that might also unthaw the line.
Okay, hopefully it will warm up around here.
I am in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and it is going to be down to 16 degrees tonight. Suspect I will be fixing busted pipes tomorrow.
Good for business.
LOL. But I like to take a day or two off on the weekend.
I hear ya. Anyway, thanks for the advice.
You are very welcome, and I hope you can find that area and get things going. If I can help you any more, just come back and look me up. Thanks.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.